Right, we're back. We've been debating this intro for the last 20 minutes. If there's any way to procrastinate when it comes to a podcast, you will find it.
I will. I'm not starting.
No, well, we got you back. You're here. We got you back for the second one.
Only just.
And yeah, I think you didn't even watch it back, did you?
No, and I don't plan to watch this one back either.
But 24 people subscribed to our YouTube channel. I feel like they might have subscribed before they watched it, in support. But nearly 200 views, 33 plays on Spotify.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we are compared to our some start, I'd say we're viral as fuck.
Or just the first one went down really well.
Yeah, well, that's it. What did you say to me that the average podcast, it starts last what?
11 episodes, was it?
11 episodes. So what do you think that is then? So they start, everyone supports them, they're excited. And then naturally people just think, right, I'm bored of my mate now.
Yeah. I've done what I've needed to do.
Drops off. They get the no views that Chris Williamson ran about.
Yeah.
And then they chin it.
Yeah.
So the fact that you don't want to do this anyway means we've already got that staying power.
Well, if you say so.
You'd rather us do it forever and get no views, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Told you so.
So yeah.
I plan to be booted off with, which we'll talk about later, some of the guests that are going to replace me. So
they'll not replace you. They'll just maybe add something that you don't, like words, desire, commitment.
Yeah, no, I can do all of them as long as I don't have to talk much. I'll be on a camera.
Well, like we said, luckily I like to talk.
I know.
I'm a bit croaky today.
Stop whining.
It's the first time I've mentioned it, to be honest.
Such a liar.
But anyway, so should we start?
Yes. Why don't we talk about the last 2 weeks? So 2 events and a convention for 2 days.
Yeah. So the email that went out not last Sunday, 2 weeks ago.
What with this?
Yeah. Announcing the start of the podcast I was in my hotel room in Birmingham, ready for 2 days at the Entrepreneurs Circle. We talked about that last week on the last podcast, briefly. And I think it's a running theme. It's something that we're going to talk about regularly because obviously you're an ambassador for it. Use the methodologies that they implement across multiple businesses. And then me recently joining, the stuff we're picking up from there, I'm picking up and you're pretty much an expert in most of it, is so useful. So we're going to touch on that in a little bit more detail. So that was Monday, Tuesday, intense learning. Then we had a couple of days to catch up, and then it was down to Haywards Heath for pick it up, put it down.
You had a great journey, didn't you?
Oh yeah, 5.5 hours it took me. Yeah, absolutely miserable. And then set up, and then
you laughed about it though.
Oh
so it's
yeah,
all right.
It got to the point where you couldn't do anything but laugh. So it was just an absolute comedy of errors to the point where when I finished setting up at 10:30 at night or whatever it was, there was a massive diversion on my way back to the hotel that made the 25-minute journey 45. So yeah, but great day, great cause that Louis runs that comp for. Air ambulance down there, and they did a flyover, which was pretty cool. Although I found that quite funny. So we were raising money for the charity to support that. How much fuel did they burn flying over? I'm also cynical, but
well, yeah,
it was nice and a wave. And then got back late Saturday night and ready for CrossFest on Sunday morning. So we had an early start Sunday morning, didn't we? Get into CrossFest.
We did. But then I didn't have the manic journey, so it wasn't as bad for me.
No, but you were doing the background work here for me,
so
that we could get to CrossFest and get everything we need ready. But that was just insane, wasn't it? Lance is smashing it.
It was really, really good.
It's just like nothing else out there. His USP is unbelievable, and hopefully that goes from strength to strength because it is just bouncing. And it's a great day for us as sponsors. We do all the CrossFest merch. So yeah, we had a great day there. And
it was nice. The feedback from everyone was really, really good.
Yeah, because as
really
vendors, we get that, don't we? We get that unique feedback on comps because even though we are sponsors of CrossFest, we won't necessarily make that link. So we hear a lot of the in-the-moment feedback. And I think you said one of the only events we've been to where everybody only had positive stuff to say.
I didn't have one negative. Just because I don't like awkward silences. So, if you're waiting for the till to power up or something like that, I like to fill it.
The till?
What's it called?
Point of sale device. She tells me I'm old all the time, and she's got till out with register
on dial up.
Can't change.
Some people pay that.
They do. We like that.
I forgot what I was even saying.
So we just talking.
The feedback being really good. Yeah. And everyone saying how much they enjoyed it. A lot of people, it seemed like their first comp as well, which was quite nice.
Well, it is a great comp for people doing the first comp, similar to Defiant Games, because they have fun, flexible standards. It just encourages that participation, and yeah, what a show. So, but yeah, so that was our weekend. But I think if we maybe circle back to the Entrepreneurs Circle, those 2 days. So this year, the message, they have a theme, don't they?
Yeah.
Last year it was why not you, why not now, to provide that motivation to get you off the ground or to push your business forward. This year was a little different. The theme was persistence. So it's a thing that most people don't have. Things get shit, things get tough, and they kind of give up.
Yeah.
But what they were showing through people that have been successful and through tried and tested techniques was that if you keep at it and you're doing the right things and you continue to do the right things, you will be successful. The reason people stop is because it gets rough, it gets hard. They don't see the overnight results, so they chin it. So yeah, it wasn't the same uplifting theme, but it made you feel good about what you were doing, I thought. And I took from that, just keep going. We're doing the right things, do them every day. Do your 90 minutes like we talked about last time. And that's kind of what I got from it. It was the sort of affirmation that we're doing the right things and we just need to keep at it. But you come at it with a more sort of business maybe mind. So what did you get from it, do you think?
Probably the main takeaway, and I can't remember which speaker said it, but they were saying, like, and it's true with most people, whether you listen to podcasts or read books or whatever it is, like, you can hear the same message over and over again, but you need to be ready to receive the message in order for it to make a difference or an impact on your own life. And I thought that was the most interesting bit, because it's all stuff that you hear time and time again, but you can hear it from a slightly different person with a slightly different experience, and it resonate more deeply with what you're doing or how you're doing it, whether that be personally, professionally, as a parent, whatever it is. So I found that really, really interesting. And listening to others and the experiences that they go through. I think the main thing that I took from it is no one knows what they're doing, which is so true. Like, everyone, you know, my clients that I speak to from a consultancy side, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing, which the take from that is nobody knows what they're doing. You don't go into business knowing exactly what to do. Otherwise, everyone would be doing exactly the same thing. So that was quite a nice takeaway, which again, in line with what you said, the message of persistence, if you just carry on doing the right things over and over again, for the days that you get the praise and the great days at the same speed as the days that you get no praise and you get the bad days, as long as you keep ticking it off and you keep doing those things that drive that goal, you know, the sky's the limit, which was nice. I can never remember his name, the guy that did Deal or No Deal.
Oh, Richard Osman.
Yeah. When he was saying it all started with a bunch of lads sat around a kitchen table on a piece of paper. So the fact that it started there and then he grew that into, what did he sell it for? Was it
3 billion. And that's the thing, you mentioned him in relation to Deal or No Deal. People are watching, they'll have no idea because we didn't. I see him as the host on Pointless, the TV show. But he like literally invented Deal or No Deal, £1 million drop, Big Brother. They were all his, and like you don't even know it, and he's worth 3 billion quid now, and like it's just incredible. And what I like about the Entrepreneur Circle meetings and the environment as well is these people get on stage and tell you about their success, and we all want to hear it, and that's when you know you're in the right room, I think, because people that hear people's successes and want to say that they're just bragging or boasting. They're just bitter, resentful people that will never be successful. Yeah. If you cannot hear someone's success story and feel uplifted and translate that to how you can then use that to fuel you or help you, then you're in the wrong game. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've found from that. He literally got on stage and said that he made 3 billion.
Yeah.
And everyone in the room were like in awe of him for it. Not one piece of bitterness or anything.
No, definitely. But I think that's true of life though. Like, if you listen to people that you respect, but I think that was also a massive part of it, about having the right circles and the right people to lean on, which in that environment, which is why I've, you know, loved it for a number of years and been a part of it for a number of years, is that you've got the right sounding board to have those conversations. So when you get it back, every story, if you're listening properly, there is a takeaway one way or another, not a resent or a bitterness or whatever it is. I like the fact that if you listen carefully, then you can apply that in your own life. If you're clever enough to switch it to go, well, that makes perfect sense. Why did I not see it like that? Or that sounds so much like me, or whatever it is. So yeah, no, I think I agree with that.
And like massively. You said, it goes across all areas of your life, doesn't it? It can be like, obviously you're a parent, I'm not, but it can be like how you parent, how you build your relationships, how you build your businesses. The nuggets are just so useful. So yeah, it was great. And
No, definitely.
we're already signed up for next year, aren't we? Like, all 4 of us came out and bought our tickets immediately.
We have.
Yeah.
And a ticket to be won, but
yeah, more on that.
More on that next year.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So on that, the new feature, which I know you're buzzing about because you love being in the spotlight, but on that and just hearing Torie talk then, as you all did, there's some pieces of wisdom that you absorb and then re-provide in a way that like people can take and implement into their business or their lives. We're doing our new feature is going to be Torie's top tip.
Oh wow!
Now, if you have to be careful how you say that because it could come out a little bit wrong.
Triple T.
Triple T. I don't know. We'll have to look.
Okay, we'll
maybe we'll get when we get fancy. We'll get some graphic that pops up.
Oh dear God!
Torie's top tip with like a light bulb coming up. But anyway, so this week, this week? I keep saying week. We've not got you down to weekly yet. No. This episode.
Yes.
What is Torie's top tip?
I think my favourite will be the one that we went over pretty early doors when we started working together, which is data that you own. So most people, and no different. We know no different. Concentrate on likes, comments, follows. Get so wrapped up in the algorithms of social media. And granted, that's one of the hardest things in the world to do and do consistently and do well. But as a personal experience with the gym, overnight, someone got into our account, hacked it, and closed the whole thing down. So it was ever since then that it's been one of my main focuses that you turn whatever following, whatever interest, any inquiry, any lead, any entry point into your business, you turn into data that you own, because then you own it. No one can touch it. It can't be wiped. Years of hard work be wiped under your feet. So yeah, data is king. So that would be my big take.
So when we're talking about data, we mean people's like email addresses, phone numbers, anything that we can get in the right way. That we can then use to market effectively. That was a big learning curve for me. Not a learning curve so much. It's absolutely fucking obvious when you say it. But to me, it was like, oh, can I get to 10,000 followers? And we've got almost 12,000 now on Instagram, and I can put a story on that 200 people see. It's a joke. So,
same from the in-person events, like how you turn that around. Well, I can't remember what the analogy said. You said about keeping the lights on.
Yeah, I remember CrossFest last year. I was on my own, and it was busy, and it was great. We took quite a good amount of money, but because it was just me, I weren't able to gather any data. So I remember saying to you in the week after, it was great, you did well, you knew that data is key, but I was like, well, it's great, but my mindset had changed that much. So I was like, well, that money keeps the lights on, but the data drives us forward. So, you can have a really successful weekend in business, but then you've got shit to pay for that week. Whereas if you've got that data, you can continually go to those people, and if you provide them with the right marketing, then they'll respond well to it, and then be an ongoing customer, which
definitely
is what we want.
So I always remember what was it? Whatever CRM system, client relationship management system, if I'm not being too jargony there. Whatever you were using before, you kept it like 2 or 5 under the threshold, didn't you, before it tipped over to
I don't want no more data because I don't want to pay an extra £7 a month. Right.
And then we tripled it within 3 months.
God, if that might be.
I don't even think or is it 5? It's crazy now, and the numbers are soaring. So
it's up about 1,000% from this time last year.
Yeah,
it's just mental, and that's great work that you've done to help with that, but also then like how you position that to me to help change my mindset, and now it's data for everything. Like,
and for those that know you, will say that would have been a difficult task.
Yeah, because like I said last time, I hate getting emails. Like,
you do.
I don't send me stuff, but now I'm like, actually, I'm looking at people's emails thinking, oh, maybe they have got something to say. And we learned some cool stuff at the Entrepreneur Circle about that, but we'll save that for another day. Maybe it'll make an appearance in the next Torie's Top Tip.
You can get me a theme tune, I'm going to smack you.
They'd probably like to see that.
Right, so talk to me, what's happening news-wise in the space?
So news-wise, I don't know if it's news or not, but I found something really cool when I was having a look around recently, that Knocko USA and Invictus, which is a gym, I think it started in San Diego. I think there's a few Invictus brand gyms now, but basically the gym in San Diego, Invictus and Knocko USA are teaming up to offer a sort of scholarship thing. So it's called Rise and Perform, and they're giving one lucky person. It's not a winner, I guess, because you have to submit an application for it. You do that between within this month, September, And the winner then will basically get all the tools necessary for the next year to help them on their journey into the world of CrossFit. So they'll get £1,000 a month. They'll get unlimited knocko, which should give kids that, but anyway. I'll think it. Membership at Invictus, one-on-one coaching and mentoring from some of their elite athletes. I just think it's just really cool because obviously a lot of sports have that sort of scholarship, especially in the US. They have great scholarship programs, but even in the UK, through football and cricket and things like that, there are programs that you can get involved in to help your development and get you ready for professional sport. There isn't really that in CrossFit, so it's pretty cool that Knocko are doing that. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can apply from anywhere in the world. So you don't just have to be in the US. If you're between the ages of 18 to 24, get on their website, have a look. You have to get there's a sort of an application process. You get a coach to write you a letter, why you'd be good, why you'd be a good fit, what it could do for you. And so I thought that was a pretty cool thing that I saw. On top of that, Wadapalooza is on now. That'll be probably finished by the time we put this out, but that's a cool event. They're doing something a little bit different this year. So the elites have got 2 teams. It's like Team USA and Team Rest of the World, or Team North America, sorry, but no one cares about Canada. And Team Rest of the World, and they're going at it in sort of this weird format that we're actually going to be doing. And so I wish we'd have released it sooner what we're doing, because it looks like we've copied them now, where you basically have 2 teams, and then you send athletes in from each team in variants. It could be a pairs, it could be teams of 3, it could be all of them on the floor, it could be an individual. And you pick who you want to go onto the floor and compete in that specific workout, and they're going against each other on about 10 workouts, I think. And that is like what we were talking about that we're going to be doing in January, the Defiant Invitational. So more details are going to be coming out about
That's next, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're starting really ramping up the plans for that. Basically going to be, we'll say not much more, but we're running something in January in the north. It's completely free, but you have to be invited to attend. We're covering everything. It'll be absolutely amazing. All the ambassadors are involved, and some of the guys from AOD. We've got all the media line. It's just going to be incredible. It's going to be so much fun. And we're going to be our top 20 customers will 100% be invited. We'll contact you via email. But then outside of that, we will then go into people that have supported us along the way. And then we'll have a few spots that just anyone on our mailing list can win. So
first come, first serve.
Yeah, it's going to be cool though. So watch this space for more info on that.
Nice. So what have we got upcoming?
Oh God.
I feel like this list is that long. Let's keep it short.
All right.
We ain't got all day.
So short is Trafford Fitness tomorrow, which isn't tomorrow when this goes out. I don't know. That's a weird thing on a podcast, isn't it?
What?
Because my tomorrow is not the reality of the tomorrow to the people watching it on Sunday or Saturday or whenever they watch it.
Right. Do you know what I really like? This just going to stop you there. You know when people say, "Oh, do you remember when I went to so and so? It was a Tuesday. Was it a Tuesday? Was it a Tuesday?" And you think, I don't actually care what day it is. Just tell me the story.
Right. I'm going
so
to
maybe ignore the day. Get through the list.
Thank
you got it. You're welcome. Keep you on track.
Yeah, keep me on track. So I'm going to Trafford Fit at some point
in the future.
So that's cool. I'll go in there. The guys are great, and so it was a good day. And then we've got an awesome giveaway that we're putting together with Fit Aid. Georgia, it's going to be cool. Georgia, obviously being an ambassador for us and for Fit Aid, is heavily involved in that. So that is the giveaway on that is quality in it.
Amazing.
It's one of the best giveaways we've done. So we've got that, and then the British Fitness Federation, the BF3. So that is making a roaring comeback. They're having trials first weekend of October up at the brand new home of CrossFit Rotherham, Forge Functional Fitness. That's going to be amazing. So obviously we're headline sponsors for those. We've signed the contract. We're going to be providing all the apparel for the next 4 years. Really ramping up what we do and making it better, getting some really specific kit made up from as well. It's going to be so cool.
Can't wait.
And then the qualifiers, like I said, beginning of October, and then that's going into the Worlds that'll be, or the European Championships for it, which will be in early December. So that is just cool for us. Great to see that platform being used again. I think there's a real opportunity for the sport. With all the negative press about CrossFit, not just recently, but in general, there's always a bit of a an issue with CrossFit's consistency and the season constantly changing. What the Fitness Racing Federation do is make that consistent, so you know your comps will be at these times, these dates. The workouts will all follow a similar format, and you can really start to work towards something and progress, and rather than just have the season pulled out from under your feet just because someone decided it didn't work at that time. So I think keep an eye on that. That'll be really cool. Yeah, definitely.
And Gym Sync?
Gym Sync as well. Yeah, working with Nick from Slevin in London. Gym Sync's going to be really cool. Like, it's already underway.
We love that concept, don't we?
Yeah, it's like basically it's online only competition where you do it in your gym. It's just ergs and burpees, which is just
your
the
dream.
best. And yeah, it's low barrier entry. Anyone can do it. And what I love about it is there's a massive leaderboard on Team Aritas, and you can like filter by gym or by individual, so it'll get gyms going against each other. So if you've not heard of Gym Sync, check that out on Team Aritas, and they've got an event coming up in November. Hot Wheels, isn't it, in November? Yeah. And have a look and just see what you think to that, because I think it's going to be big, and the fact that we're going to be working with those guys and sponsoring that as well, it's just so exciting for us that these big people with like sort of grand ambitions and a good chance of being successful in what they're doing want to work with us as much as we want to work with them. It's it's good. It's a good like ego boost, and it's a good
because you need more of that.
Oh yeah. But
okay, well, let's move on to the most exciting part of the day. Now, I don't know how much you want to give away, but you've been having some conversations about some potential guests. So who or what can you tell our flourishing audience?
Flourishing, fucking hell. So I've got a list of guests. Most of them don't know they're coming on yet, but they are. But one in particular is quite a big coup for us, I think. It's not going to say the sex. You've
got to be careful here, aren't you?
Yeah. So basically, we're going to do a bit of a comp with this. So if you can guess who it is, write it in the comments, and we'll send you a voucher, and we'll make it a good one as well. We'll make it a good voucher if you get the correct answer. So this person has been to the CrossFit Games, which is incredible. They're based currently in the UK. I don't know how else to really give any clues without that. Doesn't help though, does it? We've got to give a bit more. They might come from a surfing town. They did really well on a burpee and echo bike workout at the games, and they're just an all round good person that likes to have a laugh and really does enjoy what they're doing. And they're very infectious to be around. So. If you get it from that, I feel like
you've done well.
I feel like I've given it away completely, but actually give you no fucking chance at the same time.
Well, I wouldn't know, but I don't.
They could be stood there and you wouldn't.
That is true.
So yeah, so that's cool. So if you guess that from that,
how did they let you know?
How they write in the comments on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, just drop us a message on Instagram. But we'd appreciate the comments in YouTube for it. And the best thing about that is everybody that gets it right gets a voucher. So if you wait till the person gets it right and puts it on, all you have to do is log on to YouTube, look at what someone wrote and copy it. And then you don't even have to know. So even you could get this one right.
Well, I'll do that then.
You still don't know who it is anyway, do you?
No, I've got no idea. The list is huge.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much
Round 2 wrapped.
What?
Round 2 wrapped.
Oh, yeah. So I guess the next episode we release will be the one with the guest. So you get a week off.
Lovely.
But then we will be pinning you back down for TORIE'S Top Tip in our 4th episode.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Oh, shit now.